dinner, and I'm gonna need you guys to take me to the hospital if this continues. It's not right. So that night ended. Sister went home. Everybody's where they need to be for the night, and boom. The next day, I sleep late, guys. I work from home. I've always been on a different shift where I start my days later in the day. I get up about 1:30 that day, 2 o'clock, getting ready to go to work. And I turned my phone on, and my phone like a Christmas tree. Family, my phone was all types of blowing up lights and messages, and I'm like, what is going on? Doctor's office have called several times. I called doctor's office back. And it is what it is. We're past that. I don't think she was soft and sensitive enough. It wasn't like, hey, we need to have a conversation. It was like, we need you to get to the ER. Go and admit yourself in the hospital immediately.
Yes, like, we needed you to be there last night, yesterday.
Yeah. And I just broke down crying. I'm like, you have people who have cancer, and some of them are blessed enough to be told how much longer they have. And so when you think about, some people are actually told how long they have to live. What is this lady telling me? I don't have long to live? Because it was, we need you to get to the ER, admit yourself in the hospital immediately. Well, baby, can you tell me why? So I'm breaking down crying, and something y'all don't know yet, but we'll get into a little bit later. Smooch has ears like, I don't know what. She can hear everything. Don't ever whisper around her family. So she hears me in this panic, and she's like, what is wrong with you? So I run and tell her what's wrong with me, and she just stopped what she's doing, and we pack a bag, and we get to the hospital. So what I did find out was all of my blood levels were crucial, obviously. And I remember I was out of breath, and I couldn't cook, and I couldn't make a bed. I couldn't walk up and down. I couldn't do anything without panicking like a dog. I'm going to let you take it away. What findings did they have? What all was wrong with me?
What we found out was, due to her being anemic, iron was extremely low.
Hemoglobin, yeah.
Hemoglobin was extremely low. Come to find out, actually, the hematologist said that's the lowest they had ever seen.
She did say that.
Yeah, she said that's the lowest numbers that she had ever seen.
It was like 4 or something.
It was like in the net. It was the I think we're supposed to be like at least 14 or something like that in the number. Yeah. I think yours like maybe between 4 and 8.
Right. At that blood work result, it was 4 something.
Yeah,
it was between. It was
okay. Yeah. It was 4 something.
So let me just say this, because again, I like to educate my story, not giving anybody any medical advice or any information. What that meant then, I didn't know what it meant. What I learned it meant was, you know how we do the 5, 4, 3, 2. I was about to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 be out of here, family. So when you learn about hemoglobin and your oxygen level, I didn't know what those things meant. I was so green and oblivious. I thought the air we breathe was the air in the room. I didn't realize that we have an oxygen level that can get critical. Like, I learned a lot. My oxygen level was just gone. Like, I was literally about to zero out. And what's funny is, Smooch has a sister that's a nurse. And so she asked her, like, did you tell her how serious that was? And she said, her organs was about to shut down. Now, the nurse is telling who I call the Dr. Smooch, but Smooch knew that already. She said, yeah, I know, but I didn't tell her that yet. So when she did tell me, she made sure I was much better before she told me. But yeah, that oxygen level being at a 4 something mean you were about to die. Your organs was about, I didn't have the oxygen for my organs to function.
And what that means is, by her being anemic, and as well as with the ulcers, she was losing blood somewhere, and so therefore, when you're losing blood, you have oxygen, blood in your oxygen that carries to your organs. Where when you're not getting that,
you're not getting it,
or when it's that low due to it going someplace else, she was starting to zero out.
Yeah, and so really. Different way to think of it. You think about somebody taking a pillow and smothering you. If you can't breathe, the air you need to breathe and live and keep, this going, I didn't have it. So my oxygen, hemoglobin level, all those things was bad. Obviously the ulcers was giving me some issues.
Dehydration.
I was dehydrated. I'm terrible. I don't like to drink. So what all that means, to wrap the story up, guys, was I'm gonna try not to get emotional just thinking about it. We don't talk about this, but what that meant was something that was very devastating to me. I had to have a blood transfusion. That was the creepiest thing I ever thought of. I'm trying not to be emotional, but y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Maybe I'm gonna flip and start laughing, because when I had the blood transfusion, y'all, I was walking around saying, so who am I now, John? Am I Jane? Am I Jane? I live out somebody else's blood? Like, what if this person was crazy? I'm about to start being crazy.
And it's just blood. It's not like a brain.
Like DNA. It was crazy. Yeah. The thoughts I had was like, oh my God, am I Jane that? I literally, I even told her mom
and one thing about it, how serious and critical and as much blood she had to get 2 pints.
Yeah.
And people don't think about, no, she had to get 5, 6 pints, but to have 2 pints of blood and plus iron
infusions. Iron infusions is where you're not like anybody who has iron issues, if you know. Because I've talked to some of my friends now that know about having iron issues but weren't aware of iron infusions, the liquid version of it. So people used to pills. And like myself, I've been on pills forever. I didn't know about an iron infusion. So if you don't know, when you're not able to take them by mouth oral, you take them intravenously by needle, by IV. And I had to do that. So I had to have iron infusions, blood transfusions. And again, I'm trying to get emotional because you go from your whole life thinking, clean bill of health, clean bill of health. So yeah, it was a lot. I had to have all those things done. And so think about it. I had to get that blood work in order to go in to do a procedure. So when that blood work rendered I was about to die because my oxygen level was so messed up. Yeah, the iron, everything. So I got the procedure because at that point, doctor had me locked in the hospital, right? Couldn't go anywhere. We're going to probably do another segment and finish talking about what happened because more things happened after that. We got to talk about the camera that I had to take and honey, listen.
Swallow the camera to be able to see inside your
Yeah, then what happened with that will be, very transparent, but I'll have, keep the channel clean and everything. I don't want to gross people out. Everybody can't take hearing things that you could deem to be gross, but hey, it was my life. I lived it, so it's like, child, I had to go through it. But to wrap that up, I decided with my doctor to stop testing and whatnot. I'm a different person. I go on what I feel, and my doctor wanted to just keep testing and keep doing this. And I'm like, no, I have gastro issues. I don't really need to know the name of it, whether it's Crohn's or IBS or whatever, because I do what I do to maintain it. I'm not going to keep doing all this testing. It's just too much mentally. I'm not a good needle stick, and it was a lot. So I did 2 to 3 years worth of iron infusions on a regular basis because I am anemic. And that's going into a cancer center, which again is very depressing, having to get an IV. I'm a terrible stick, but I had this awesome nurse, and I just had to do those every 3 months because they weren't lasting no more than that. I get them, I would feel my energy, not be lethargic and whatnot. And yeah, so you want to talk to the family a little bit about when I was in the hospital. SMOOCH was still working. I was in the hospital, so she was navigating work and checking in on me, and then having to tap in and update her family what was going on with me. And there was an emotional side to that. I'll let her talk about that. And we're gonna wrap this up, guys.
Yes, it was very emotional for me because when you have those people in your life that you love and you care about, and their health starts to decline, you get scared. You really do. No one wants to lose anyone. And even though we are born to die, and even though we all are going to leave here, it's still when you're going through things, it's just like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And for me, I didn't break at all with her. And she was in the hospital for over a week. Just one hospital was for a week. Yeah. And so I lost it. But I made sure I kept my mental strong for her, for us.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it till probably a month or two after it was all over.
To get through, because I know a lot of it, she didn't know the severity of it, and I did. I knew the severity of the lack of the blood and not knowing where the blood is, where we're losing it to.
Yeah.
And it was not like her menstrual was staying on for 3 months.
Oh, no,
so it's not like we didn't know.
Yeah, it's like they were telling me I was bleeding somewhere and needed to figure it out. My doctor thought he saw a bleeding ulcer. I got tired of waiting on some test results. I'm like, honey, come get me. So SMOOCH came and got me from the hospital. We waited in the door an hour.
And the doctor himself called and said, I need you to go
back to the hospital.
other hospital, which is a higher level that can treat what he was thinking she had going on. Like, I need you to go admit yourself to this hospital, which was 45 minutes on the other side of town from us.
And family, I'm so goofy. I'm like, it's Saturday night. Can I wait till Monday? He said you can, but I want you to go now.
So we ended up just staying home and got the next day, which was a Sunday, and went to the ER and got her administered into the hospital and everything like that. But it's very real as we get older. And you're fortunate but unfortunate to start going through things, and again that age thing, it starts to tap into your mental, because I don't care what you look like, I don't care what you drive, I don't care how well you can work out in the gym. It is what it is. That thing, as we get older and our body starts to, she said, deteriorate, turn against us.
It starts declining.
It does start to decline. But I'm going to say it again, it's fortunate, unfortunate, because some people, some of the things that you've gone through way much younger than what you are.
Yeah.
But it wears on your mental really bad. And everybody knows that when something weighs on your mental, it starts to take its toll on your overall body and your health, because you're just always, you're stressed. You're stressed and worried about what's going on, and worried about what you don't know what's going on. And then you're worried about the information you've been given. And now you think about, the diet is, it's a lot.
So what we like to just say is, be mindful. I'm always, family, y'all know me, I'm always talking about, I don't do bullies and stuff on social media. People that's always got to jump on people's page and talk about this, that, and the other. So I would like to suggest, because, I always say, I don't like to tell other grown people what to do, but I like to suggest, be mindful when you're talking about, somebody older than you, and you're like, with your old self, or you crusty, or you old, or you dusty, things of that nature, because I feel good on the regular. I feel like I look okay, but when your body starts doing what it starts doing, it's nothing to play around with. It's nothing to tease and joke and mess with other people about. But be mindful. Listen to your body is a good takeaway. Get those checks. I had to be under the hand of a lot of specialists, and it's they say when you know, you know. So when you know there's a pain or something different, go get things checked out. And trust me, I understand having that insurance and not being able to pay for medical things. And so I wouldn't recommend people do exactly what I did, because I was dead set. I'm not going to the hospital till I feel like I'm about to die. But one thing for me, it worked for me. Wasn't the smartest thing I did, but it worked for me, because when I was about to die, I went to the hospital, and it let me know all those times before then I was safe to say, I ain't going yet. I ain't going now. This one here told me one day, get up, put some clothes on. I'm like, not today, I'm not going, because I knew what it was. It's going to take a few hours. I'm going to get over it. And so I would just like to say, as we age, our bodies do what they do. I don't want people to feel bad and crazy and, oh God, clean bill of health most of my life, and then had to start dealing with this. So just be mindful, pay attention, get things checked if need be. Don't get so close to death like I did until you're, having to figure out something. It's just not an easy thing, though. Growing older and having to realize that our bodies are designed to do that. Right, Smooch?
Yes, they are.
They are designed to break down and start failing us. She's living witness of a lot of things you can do to have some longevity, because you eat healthy and you gym, exercise, work out.
Yeah, but one thing about it is your path of life is your path of life.
Absolutely.
And I don't care if you have a six-pack, a fupa, or you have a tire around your stomach. It doesn't mean that you're going to live longer because you are, eat healthier or in the gym. You have people in the gym that have a heart attack right there in the gym. But one thing that she said that's very important, get those checkups. Get those checkups. I'm a person that I believe I would rather have 15 medical doctor bills and know what's going on with myself, as opposed to not wanting to create that, and that's a lot of people are like that. They don't, like you say, don't have the health insurance, or they don't want to go to the doctor, or they don't, know that once they do go to the doctor, it's going to start generating bills.
Oh yeah. And mine ended up being horrible. Like, the same bills. I told her, I'm not trying to get all these bills accumulated. I don't do that. I don't do all this. Baby, when 2021 and 2 kicked my butt, all them medical bills I was running from, I had them. I still have some. It is what it is.
You're right. It is
you can't avoid them though. You gotta go. You can't not go see the doctor because you don't want to pay for things. You just do your best, set up your payment plans and whatnot, but take care of your body.
Yeah, exactly. And again, get those checkups. And one thing about it, you know, you have to be your own advocate for yourself.
Absolutely.
And because your medical issue and what you went through, somebody else, it's a totally different scenario. So again, listen to your bodies. Listen to that intuition when it's telling you, okay, let's get this checked out. Because I'm a true believer. We all always get signs. It's just like your car. Your car gives you, for the most part, it gives you a sign. But it gives you a sign.
Keep driving it.
And we're always like, okay, what was that? Oh, maybe that's just a little bit of gas. No, that was a little bit more serious. That was that tap. Hey. Mm-hmm. But again, just get those checkups, get to the doctor, find out what's going on, and just be your own advocate and really push. Because sometimes doctors like to treat each patient the same.
Don't do that.
And once they say, oh, you have IBS, okay, so we're going to treat you the same way, and the treatment that they're providing to you or the medicines are not working for you. So therefore, you have to be like, wait a minute, no, this is not working for me.
Several times.
Exactly. So speak up.
Just like when I mean to cut you off, but like when I told my doctor, I'm all on board about the procedures you want to give me. You're not doing the procedure without doing blood work. Which was kind of weird. He was going to do the blood work anyway. I just think he was distracted that day when I asked him about the blood work. Because he had, you can't take somebody from the surgery without making sure their levels are up anyway. So, we're going to wrap this one up. We want to make this the last statement of the video. Again, please just be mindful. Our bodies do what they do. I don't care where you are today. If you're a family member, you've subscribed to the channel, you're watching and you're 20. Hey family, hey, I'm glad you're 20. You're probably just popping and just, moving along, all healthy and all. But like she said earlier, some people experience health issues in 20s. We know 30s, 40s, 50s and on and beyond. It gets a little tricky, but it's what our body's designed to do. So don't feel bad, don't feel horrible. Just stay on top of it. That's the takeaway. Be mindful and know that it's important to take care of it as opposed to ignore it and evade it and try to run from it. Just pay attention. I can't say it ain't the end of the world, because for some of us, you say we're born to die, but getting it checked out early is just is what we need to do. I don't know. Is there anything else we want to say to the family members?
No. Now we're gonna go and check the spaghetti squash. I think
we're gonna wrap up and show y'all a finished product of the spaghetti squash. Guess what, family? We have knocked out first video of cooking up conversations with Smooch Sands in the building, in the house. So thank you all for watching. You all know that I love it when you subscribe and when you share and when you comment. So any comments down, we're not medical advisors, but if you have any questions or anything about my personal story, we know Smooch is a health fanatic. She may be able to give you answer some questions, but we're not giving any medical advice or anything like that. Stay tuned, keep watching, and we will be back. All right, family, so we're back. Spaghetti squash has cooked, and we are going to watch Smooch get this thing up out of here. I was going to say, put your hand down a little bit so you can see how, So, y'all, look, do you see the spaghetti texture? Look at this. Look at this. Will you look at this? It looks like spaghetti, family. Hence, spaghetti squash. She has cooked it.
I like to cook it until a little bit firm. I don't like mine to be really soft because I know I'm going to probably cook it with something else as well. So I like for it to be a little, as they would say with pasta, al dente.
Al dente.
And so yes, I like to scrape it. And some people will scrape it all out, and then they will take the spaghetti squash and make like a spaghetti mac and cheese, and they will mix all the cheese and everything they want, and then put it back inside the boat of the spaghetti squash and bake it. Or they would just take this and season it all up and put what they want to put in again. Put it back in the boat and put it back in the oven and bake it a little bit longer.
But as you all see, this stuff literally looks a little bit like spaghetti noodles. It's not noodles at all. Is this in the what family is it? I know you said it's like a pumpkin.
It's in the pumpkin family.
Okay, so it is in the pumpkin
family.
Okay. I thought you said that earlier just for texture purposes, but that's the family. Okay, actually.
So there you go.
All right.
And even I sometimes I just put some butter on this, some seasoning, a little bit of cheese, and just eat it just like that. So.
But we are going to have a picture of a wonderful finished product when she kind of jazzed it up. She she got real sassy with it, y'all. And again, this is the not finished, but this is the scraping it out product. We're going to post and show you what a complete meal looks like. Smooch with your spaghetti squash. Anything else you want to tell the family? That's it?
Try it out.
Try it out.
Try it.
Try it out. And be careful when you cut it. Y'all saw what she went through. All right, guys, we're signing off. Good night.